Even when China-U.S. relations were at all-time lows, we were always thinking, well, state-level relations, people-to-people exchanges, cultural exchanges were still there. But now U.S. intelligence is warning against them.
That's right, Sherry. Everyone had thought this was sort of an unmitigated good, that there would be trading cultural and other ties with each other, and this was a way to maintain relations even when the federal government, relations were souring. But now this is a bulletin from the National Counterintelligence and Security Center, part of the intelligence apparatus in the U.S., is warning that Chinese companies and the Chinese government may be using these ties as a way to exploit state and local governments and actually hook them, sometimes financially with incentives, as a way for China to expand its geopolitical and military efforts. So this is something that came out as a warning. The U.S. government, and in this bulletin, said that this is also a way for China, perhaps, as these relations have soured on the federal level, to go around Washington and the U.S. government, and they are advocating vigilance on the part of state and local leaders.
Meanwhile, Jodi, we have a response from Beijing when it comes to these updates of the U.S. extending its influence to allies to tell them not to sell these key chip-making products to China, right? They're calling this classic technological terrorism.
Yes, Heidi, we've heard from the spokesman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry basically saying that this technological terrorism, the U.S. effort to try to get its allies to not sell some chip-making equipment, significant chip-making equipment, to China. As Bloomberg reported earlier this week, this is something that the U.S. government is trying to work on with the Netherlands and also Tokyo, with the Japanese government, to really extend a moratorium on the sale of some chip-making equipment, which could be significant and could be a significant detriment to China's efforts in chip-making. This would affect ASML and Nikon. We did hear from that spokesman who basically blasted the U.S. government for this. They did not yet announce any retaliatory measures, but it was significant criticism coming from China on this move. And again, the U.S. is trying to work with the Netherlands, but also perhaps with the Japanese government, which to try to get it to extend this moratorium and perhaps even expand that moratorium. Again, this is souring relations further between the world's two largest economies.